What are your thoughts on Greg Berhalter?
He's
Rob?
trash. And Tim Ream,
Yeah.
the
Too
captain
old.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Boy.
I love him, but
So,
yeah.
no, he was running and he was, I know I say it all the time, he could have been an orange cone. He was literally, he couldn't keep up.
The whole back line was bad. I mean, Scully, Richards, Ream, and Robinson. Like, on some of those goals, they were just...
Anthony.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what?
All right, so let's step back for the U.S. men's national team game against... I guess you could call it a game, but it was more like...
Well, I mean, they had their starters out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was the...
I mean, it was a friendly, but it was really like our first foray into the Copa America is really
when
what
does
it
that
was.
start? 2 weeks? Because the Euros start this week. We'll
Yeah,
talk about that
the week after the Euros start is when our side of that tournament.
So you've got to be in... No, you can't. Yes, you treat these as friendlies, but the biggest thing, like, don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Right? The score line doesn't matter. But the eye test does. And boy, oh boy.
It was bad.
It was. It was terrible.
I mean, you could tolerate like a 2-0 beat loss or 1-0, but
They got it to 2-1.
right,
And then
it was
gave up 3 goals and from the 60th minute on.
75th minute on.
That's when they scored number 3? Oh, yeah, you're right, because I turned it off with like 10 minutes left.
Yeah.
So, I don't... He brought on that kid, Bogulon.
Yeah.
Brought him on. I don't... We need guys who could score. Timothy Weah's goal was
I was just saying,
beautiful.
yeah, your boy
Was
came
beautiful.
out, but
And Wes was all over the place. Everything just was so sloppy.
well, yeah, I have sloppy at times. They looked bored, like they were
Yeah.
just standing around, and like as Colombia carved them up, and was just like, not my fault. It was just bizarre.
Static. Like, I don't... When we get the ball, it's slow.
Yeah,
And, like, we're not good. I love us, but we're not good enough to, like, break a fucking team down in a tournament setting. That shit ain't happening. No. Other teams will be like, here, take the ball.
yeah.
And when you make one bad pass, we're going to murder you, like Colombia did.
But yeah, we made a few bad passes.
And you know who was made most, 93% of those? Mr. Ream.
Yeah. Well, and I would say, like, and that's also, it's not fair to play, like, when the whole team plays away, it's not fair to Matt Turner, who was
No, because he was
leaping all over the place, trying
was,
to do what he could.
He was trying to pull, like, a Shiesty
Yeah.
or a Peke back in the day. Like, I'm going to do everything I can, but after so much, like, what the fuck are you going to do?
But when your defense is non-existent in front of you,
Non-existent is that's giving him too much credit.
it was more like the practice dummies.
Yes, exactly.
That you move around in football or both versions of
I
football.
wanted to see the Carter Vickers. Like, why isn't he starting?
I don't know. I mean, there's a number of dudes, right?
So let's say
we're still. I mean, you still don't have. I don't even think Aronson wasn't on the bench.
He took Pulisic off.
Yeah.
And brought in Haji Wright, who looked good, but is Pulisic hurt? And that's in the 46th minute.
Yeah, that's a weird sub.
I don't remember him getting hurt or seeing anything about. Like,
I didn't read anything about that.
The first crazy thing, and then in the 62nd minute, right after we scored, he took Claudio Reyna off. Claudio? It says G here.
No, Gino Reyna.
Okay.
Claudio's his dad.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm old, so it all... Just like Kachuk.
Yeah.
Man, his kid's a douche, too. He really is.
We'll get to that.
Okay, sorry. And at the same time, that's when he took off Ream.
Yeah.
And
then
he took off McKinney in the 71st minute. It's funny.
Ream at his age, I get it. He's got. I mean, he's the most experienced player on the pitch for the U.S.
It's not Giorgio Chiellini.
What? But yeah, I mean, he should be coming in. I mean, he should be coming in off the bench. He shouldn't be
He
a
should
starter
be that
at his age.
60-minute guy
Yeah.
who comes in to shut things down, but
Right.
he cannot keep up.
At least in this game. I mean, hopefully
Especially because
this.
he was the club captain at Fulham,
Right.
so he has so many games under his belt this year.
Yeah.
He's got a lot
playing
of
at a
miles.
high performance level. So I mean, this could have. I mean, it could have been one of those things where if it ends up being like this was a lapse in
No,
judgment.
Sinistera scored.
Yeah.
Or Sinistera
Yeah. In the.
in the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I was going to get to talking about him, and then I saw him on the score sheet. So
well, I mean, at one point you scored a goal for Colombia. So.
I did.
But overall, I would say is so if you have a whole team that's fucking up, who does that fall on?
Well, I mean,
It falls on your manager.
look at the show. Like, oh my god.
I'm trying to get you back on.
So, here's the thing: they fired dude, right?
Which one?
After Berhalter,
Yeah.
after a
Lack-
public spat with a player's parents.
And after a lackluster post England match performance in the World Cup.
Oh, lackluster is
Yeah.
That's again being nice. Fire him, only to turn around and hire him right back.
I guess they couldn't find anybody, but I mean
No, they didn't want to pay anybody
right.
because there are people out there,
Sure.
lots
Really
of
good people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
who wouldn't
and
mind a chance.
now it should be even easier because you're not asking somebody to come in and revamp the entire
Fuck no, you
U.S.
got the
academy
squad there.
system.
No.
Yeah.
Now it's just like, okay,
Yeah, you just gotta
here
do
it
the
is,
team.
Pick your guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the U.S. Soccer Federation or whatever the fuck it is, they've always been bad. I mean, they stuck with Bruce Arena for how long? Like
That's because he got the free pass.
Yeah.
For the World, was it 94 or 98?
94 it was here. So
94 was, yeah.
They were automatic. So yeah, I think it was like 98 and then we're.
So he
but
got
anyway,
a free pass for like 4 years. Whatever. And then I couldn't. Then Klinsmann.
right.
And that team wasn't terrible.
Yeah, and
Put
they
it this way: we made the World Cup every single time under all of them.
yeah.
In finals of Copas and stuff, like we were basically doing what we're doing now.
Yeah. But I mean, that's my point is like
Right.
So if we've been consistently doing that, now we need to again if this is a precursor to
Berhalter, never mind.
well, into the tournament that we're going to be going in where we're facing the top South American teams.
What's their group?
And
You're gonna go down that rabbit hole and not even get to the Euros. Yep.
well, we can always come back to
Copa
the
America.
but anyway,
I'm
the
listening.
Well, yeah, but the like that idea of, and I'm going to get to it later on
Of
because
course.
we do have a nice example of what happens when you actually do like get people motivated. But the point of like yeah, we've been other than that that one-off year, like they've made World Cups, they've been progressing, but then now like they just plateaued with
Right.
Berhalter, as if like winning Nations League and CONCACAF is normal, and like we should just be happy with that. And
No,
and when we
man.
actually go into these
We
larger
should be
world
making final
tournaments,
16s,
yeah,
like winning the first knockout round and getting to the quarterfinals.
I would even say probably the next step above that. I mean,
Yeah, that's what we should be.
that's where we should be now. But yeah, I
We're
mean,
not. We are
no.
still. Just show me the fucking groups. There we go.
But it's
Bolivia, Panama, and Uruguay.
right. Which Panama always gives us a run for our money.
Yeah, they're like our bogey squad.
Yeah. So, and if they play like they did in this, where they're seemingly disinterested, and your head motivator can't motivate them, like
Then St. Martin's national team, the island,
yeah. Well, and
would beat us.
I mean, I would sit there and say, I mean, hopefully the U.S. Soccer Federation is looking at this of going like, Copa is Berhalter's like audition for the World Cup team,
Yeah, 'cause I was
even
about
though
to
we're
say-
an automatic in, like
The World Cup will be here.
if we
in
get embarrassed
2
in this
years.
in this tournament, they got to go out and find somebody else and like open up the checkbook and get one of these European coaches who's just hanging
I
around.
can name 3, I believe, that are available.
Well, I mean, or you know,
Jurgen Klopp and
yeah,
we all know it's God himself.
right, and but it's all those dudes like have. I mean, if you make them an offer, they can't refuse.
Is Tuchel still managing?
He turned down Man U yesterday.
Did he?
That's how bad it is at Man U. That Tuchel's like, nah.
I'm good. I'm good. Waiting on a better offer. Wow. I mean, Tuchel won a Champions League.
Right.
Like, that would be a perfect place for him to go.
Sure.
Like he did with Chelsea, and then, they fired him, and then Chelsea fucking shit the bed.
I mean, anything other than I'm sorry, but yokels, meaning like Americans, are not the people we want leading the American team right now.
Fuck no.
No.
Roberto Mancini's available. He won the Euros. Actually, I think he is the reigning and defending European manager.
Oh wait, no. Your boy at Juventus got hired almost immediately, didn't he?
What, Allegri?
Yeah.
No.
Is he still out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We,
what I'm saying.
we could do a circle defense, and it wouldn't be as bad as that game against
Play,
Colombia.
what do they call it? Terrorist ball, I believe is what they call it. Yep. So, it would be better than what we're doing.
Right. Yeah. Or somebody who also knows how to handle the starting lineup better too, and that you're not bring. I mean, I get it, fresh legs, but also it's like this is a friendly. This is a chance to try out your young guns, see how they do starting off the game.
Right. They still got 5 subs too.
Yeah, you.
And I don't want to hear this whole you just got the camp together and no, man. He's had this same core
Yeah, for what?
2 cycles now.
Yeah.
The World Cup, and he had him for the First Nations League title that we won.
Yeah, and then the one that we won going into the World Cup.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and he's had him for like 2 CONCACAF finals. So
Yeah, no, man. We should
Yep.
we should be okay. Colombia's ranked 12th in the world.
yeah, I mean
And we're like 15th, 16th. We're in
that's
the
not
top
to take
20.
away from Colombia.
Oh no, they are clearly
They're
good.
yeah. Well, you have to be when you're playing in whatever the initials are for the South American Federation. CONMEBOL, isn't it? Or is
Yeah,
that, yeah,
yeah, that's it.
yeah. But
Whatever. But yeah, and they consistently make the World Cup, and
Yeah.
they have to go against Uruguay and Brazil and Argentina
Argentina.
and Chile. Like they've got to go through all of those teams.
and when Peru decides that they want to field
Right.
the team, and then all of a sudden it's
it's right, and they consistently come out of that
yeah.
and make it to the World Cup.
So
I wish you kids could have seen the blonde Afro man, Valderrama. Was that his name?
something like that, yeah.
Man, that guy was bonkers. He was crazy.
Well,
At least he didn't get his head cut off.
yeah.
Was
No,
that-
that's true.
Is that Colombia, right?
The
two. God,
you
what
talking
was
about
that?
the Escobars?
Yeah.
Yeah, Colombia.
was Colombia.
Yeah,
They cut his head off, people.
yeah,
Head.
yeah. Because
For-
he
for-
missed a penalty, didn't he?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Wow, that is some fucking intense. Could you imagine that?
Right.
I
There's
better
your
make
motivation
this,
right
or
there.
I'm going to get my head cut off.
I got it now.
Okay. So yeah, the Yankees are not quite the best team in baseball.
Well, I mean, the
Not-
Phillies are on a fucking tear.
Well, they have
so-
the same record,
Yeah.
and the Yankees like to win like 8, 9 games in a row, and then lose 2 back to back,
Yeah.
and then go on another 6-game run. Fucking assholes. I'm kidding. They actually looked really good. Last month they had the pitcher of the month and the
Was it Soto?
Batter?
Was Soto the offensive player of the month?
exactly. And I can't remember the kid's name because he came out of nowhere.
Oh, what, your pitcher?
Yeah. But yeah, Soto's hurt.
Of course.
Well, I mean, yeah, right. I sent that to you, but they said he should be in the lineup today, Monday.
No, but I mean, that's the modern day Yankees. Like,
Facts.
I mean, at least it's not like a broken toe from hitting it on the lip of the outfield.
No, it's like his. Yeah, exactly. It's like his forearm.
Yeah, from hitting so many home runs.
Right. And gunning people out at home plate. That's what it is. My arm hurts just watching him. Anyway, I don't know if you saw the clip. I'm going to go a quick tangent here. I don't know if you saw the clip, but Grisham, the guy that took Soto's place over the weekend, came to the plate yesterday with a guy on first and third, Yankees down a run, and the crowd was chanting, "We want Soto." And so they showed Soto on and he's, kind of giggling. The next pitch, dude took a yard, like hit it 800 feet.
Ooh, good for him.
Yep.
I mean,
and a 3-run blast at that to take the lead. And then avoid the sweep.
I mean, did he at least give one of like the well?
No, he did it like a pro. He just dropped the bat, ran the bases like he should.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not expecting him to like scream like "fuck you" to the crowd,
or like do the Argentina goalie, like "look at my balls." Yeah, no, he's not going to do any of that. He hit his home run, trotted the bases. Have a nice day.
Well,
I'd have hit home plate, done that.
Yeah, or just been, I don't know, maybe like point at Soto in the dugout or something like that.
Yeah, and I didn't see the after thing to see if Soto was the first person.
I'm sure he was.
Oh yeah, me too. Of course he was. Sorry, I had to go on that.
No, that's what this is for.
But that's the Yankees this year. But just wait. We are what did I say? 20 days from July.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, I'm already. I actually have notes this week because
the Cards were up to third,
and now we're in dead last
because they went 4-6.
Right. So we swept the Orioles.
Yeah, I don't know how that. And when you did that, we've been in first place ever since.
Right. You're welcome.
Thanks. And I still think we're 3 games up on them.
Yeah, we're like 3 or 4 last time I checked.
Well, because we lost 2.
Or I might be getting y'all confused with the NL East too, but the
it's 3-ish.
Yeah, but so we swept the Orioles. We took a 2-game or swept the Cubs in a 2-game series. Mm-hmm. Took the series win against the Reds, and then I mean, granted, so we lost the series against the Phillies. We 1 out of 3. Like, okay, that's to be expected.
In Philadelphia?
No, I think it was at home, but it's still the Phillies.
We just lost to the Dodgers, 2 out of 3 at home.
But then we dropped the series to the Astros, and then we just split the series with the Rockies, that was embarrassing, and it's just. Let's just say it's
one step forward, 2 steps back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, as soon as they put together a good string, then everybody gets back on their side.
Hey, how about them Cats?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. See, look,
season's turned
around. There it is. We didn't even have to do anything.
And then they go right back to shitting the bed, like not hitting. There's problems with the starting pitching now. The bullpen is the only highlight, but it's so bad.
Hey man, if you get hitting going, then
right, exactly.
Hitting with a bullpen, you will win more games than you lose.
Well, and obviously that helps out your starters, but at the very least, like at least I don't want to say. Well, again.
Yeah, say it.
Well, Cardinal Nation.
Yeah, that's it.
Is actually like kind of stepping up on it. Like their game on Saturday was the smallest attendance the third Busch Stadium has ever had on a Saturday. It was 34,000.
Day game.
Yeah, day game on a Saturday, and again it's it's about 42, 44 if you get all the standing rooms sold out. But they had 34,000, which is like again.
How hot was it?
It's St. Louis. It doesn't matter. Like if the fans feel like even in tough times, like if the fans feel that the organization is still doing the right things, like again, I went
Yankees fans.
I went to games in Busch too, which was like the old, it was deep in the ground,
Yeah.
walled in all the way
No,
around.
It was like a.
It was a fucking hot box.
It was
like
a Dutch oven.
yeah, it was 114 on the field.
Yep.
And we'd sit in there, and this is in the early 90s, the Joe Torre years. It would still be close to sold out.
Thanks, Joe Toy.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't his fault. It was an organizational problem.
Hey, man. Again, thanks.
But,
Thank you for him. I am.
oh, yeah. Again, you're welcome. And I don't know. I sit there and I go, like, that's what I get for being slightly positive last week and talking about the Cardinals. But then it's honestly speaking, it's just, I hate it for some of the players, but I don't feel
So the
like,
big question is
the team is just trash right now.
I went through a few years. I mean,
Yeah.
a few years of that, and it's just depressing.
Well, I'm not. It's not like I'm not losing sleep over it, but
Like I am with the Rangers, not the Texas Rangers people, the ones from New York.
But the
so
it's
many
just that thing of like,
sides.
again, just that you see it, like you can see it happening, and where it's like, all of a sudden it's like V for Vendetta, like you see the dominoes falling and going,
Yeah.
like I don't see where the recovery happens
Farm
for
system's good though, right?
for like down in Double-A, but
You don't have any high end talent like ready. Hey man, your management says it's there.
well, because like most of those people are back in AAA because when they brought them up, they didn't give them enough
Yeah,
guidance,
you were saying that, or
they
you
fucked
had to-
them up, and they got to send them back down to have the guys in Memphis fix everything.
Good. Yeah, okay.
And then you kind of want to go, like, if those are the guys that are correcting these problems, why don't you just fire the whole current staff and then promote the AAA staff?
Or just flip them.
Right. Ooh, even better.
You get relegated.
Yeah. Like, we're sending
Coaching staffs.
the manager down,
Yep.
and we're calling
You know what?
the other manager up.
I need the new
Yeah.
manager, the lefty.
So, I don't. It's just. But I was gonna say like the part that
Hold on, Owen. Go ahead.
where they're at that is so frustrating is like when they put together a stretch like they did with the Orioles and the Cubs and the Reds. That
Yeah, then those are
like people,
good teams.
the fan
good
base starts
teams.
going like, okay, maybe that's the turnaround we've been looking for. And then all of a sudden, people, and again, it's still at a spot in the season where the NL Central's nobody's running away with it.
Well, here's what I was just about to say. How are the
I mean, like most of baseball,
here-
most of baseball is like fucking terrible right now. Like
That's what I was just about to say. So
everybody's like below 500.
they have the Reds in second place at 6.5 games back.
yeah.
The Cubs and Cards are also 6.5 games back. The Pirates are 7,
Yeah.
but they
But
have
they-
them in third place.
Right.
Why?
Games. It's probably games played, right?
Doesn't matter.
But
It's all about the loss column.
yeah, pretty
Nothing
much,
else
yeah.
matters. The loss column.
Right.
Speaking of, the Yankees are 25 games over 500.
Yeah. And it's like you guys, like the Phillies, but even the Marlins in the West. I mean, they're
The Dodgers are,
Yeah.
they're not 20 games over 500.
no, but I mean, like in most divisions, like after the second place team, like every other team
Actually,
is
that
like
was the Phillies.
sub 500.
We're 26 games over
Yeah.
500. Wow.
So that's the other interesting
I
part when you
didn't
look at
realize the
everything.
Guardians were going to be as good as they are. Or is that just the rest of the division is
Exactly.
trash?
Well, I mean, that's the question that you have to. I mean, to me, the interesting story out of the NL Central is the Brewers, in that everybody picked the Brewers as being really. Now, granted, we're not even halfway through the season, so
No, I checked today. We're 60-something games
yeah.
in. Yeah.
so but like the Brewers, at least right now, are showing that if you have the right system in place, if the organization has the right system in place, you can lose your near Cy Young caliber pitcher in Corbin Burns. You can send off your manager, who was doing really well for you
Yeah.
all, send him off to the Cubs, and you don't lose a step in the division.
No, that's how it should be.
Right. That's what the Cardinals used to have. That's what the Cubs
You know
had
who else
under
does
Theo
that?
Epstein.
Real Madrid.
Right. I mean, systems. And again, that's what while your boy Steinbrenner was on suspension, that's what they set up in New York. Was they
Yes.
set up the system
They
by which you
finally-
can funnel
yes.
everything through
Yep.
and make those changes
Which
and
is
pieces.
how we ended up with our core group.
Right. I mean, Atlanta's been doing that for
Yeah.
stretches forever.
Houston's been doing it now, and now the Rangers have been doing
Right.
it. Yeah.
And I mean, Philly's
Bring the kids up,
Yeah.
add those superstars.
Philly's in that system too now. Like
Yep.
they finally got that settled and calmed down to where, yeah, you can, Bryce Harper could get injured, but they're still going to perform at a
Right.
similar level.
Correct.
I mean, although like the Braves kind of show like even though, Acuna Jr. is just that once in a lifetime kind of talent.
Facts. Yes.
But with everybody another example of a non-system type team are like the Angels, right? You bring in superstars, but because the system's not there,
Yeah.
it doesn't fucking mean anything.
No.
And you've just wasted Mike Trout's whole career.
Yeah,
At
Ohtani
least,
was smart enough to get out. Well, probably because his boy was gambling and kind of saw the figures and the trajectory of his career. And was like, bro, you got to get out.
Yeah.
I'll take the bullet for you. I'm still convinced that Shotani.
Well, I mean, at least it wasn't egregious enough that he got banned like the other guys did.
Right.
Which is,
Fajoli got banned, and now he's playing on the national team for Italy.
There you
the
go.
kid is so good. I missed him this year. He is so good. There are so few teams. Like the Rangers are under 500,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
and they're only 5 games out of first.
right.
Everyone in your division is 6.5 back.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not over with, but I'm of the mindset right now is that like I don't want to make a wild card spot. Like I don't want the organization
Yeah, like that, yeah.
to walk away
The past
with
3
like
years.
yeah, well this season was a win because we made the playoffs. Like,
Well, you
no.
made the run 2 years ago.
yeah.
Was it 3 years ago?
No, it was 3 years ago.
Oh, right, because last year you didn't make the playoffs.
No, so our 3 years. Yeah, since we've we got the first year on under Marmel's contract. We won the division.
Right.
And-
But didn't you make it to the NLCS at one point in the past 4 years?
No,
I could have sworn y'all did.
no, we've been knocked out in the first round. We haven't made it that far since Matheny was manager.
Seriously?
Yeah, but like Schilt got that like the 19 game win streak, which
Yeah.
like we were kind of poo before that, and then that carried us into the playoffs. Got knocked out first round. I think the Braves knocked us out that year, and then or that might have been the Nationals. But I mean, either way, like there's
Dodgers
been
have knocked you out.
like
one
yeah,
year.
exactly. Like it's almost become the thing. Like when we made the playoffs, the team that beat us went on to win the World Series.
Yeah.
Whether it was like.
Okay, I'm just going to sigh again because the Rangers should be playing in the Stanley Cup Finals Game 2 tonight, but they're not.
The better team won.
Yeah, I know, that hurts my soul.
So
We're this close, but it's like your Cards. Next year we'll lose in the first round. That's just how it works.
well, technically, well, we got time.
Yeah, no, we got plenty of time.
As long as it's hockey based, we're fine. So, but technically, you all should have lost in the first round this year because you were the President's Trophy winner.
Yeah, no, we
Right. So that's
bumped all.
that's a
that.
good sign, and most everybody who, and at least if current karmic trends stick.
Yeah.
Then those who won the President's Trophy and were eliminated make it to the Cup Finals the next year.
That's what Florida did.
Right.
Carolina's the only one who can't do that. But I guess is it too early to label them like just unlucky or can't get it done in the playoffs?
I was gonna say I mean, at this point, before you go to that, before we come up with some curse or whatever, would be.
I'm not talking curse. I'm just talking they're really good, and they have been for several years.
I don't think Brenda Moore knows how to coach the team to that final moment to get him over that hump.
Yeah, there's only so much rah, play my system. His system is burly. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
He clogged the neutral zone. But at any rate, so yeah.
I mean, that's been the common denominator on their current run is their coach. So
He's been there for the past, I guess he has.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years now.
mhm.
Sorry, Mr. Brindamore.
Well, and, you know-
want a Stanley Cup, Dick.
Right, as a player, I mean,
Yeah.
you know he wants one as a coach, but then you're kind of going like, as a coach, it would be again karmic trends would be he gets let go from Carolina, goes
then
to
goes
some other
to
like
I
Toronto,
was going to say
and
Columbus.
Yeah,
some
right.
Random team. Yeah, exactly. That's
it,
exactly
did,
what
it didn't work for Tortorella, but it might work for Brindamore.
Hey,
but,
Tortorella ended up with Philly. Okay, so to the finals now.
well, I mean, one game
Yeah,
into
no,
the
no,
finals,
no.
but I would say this is that I think
The Oilers were the better team.
Florida did exactly what you said they were going to do.
Yeah.
Which is like you double team McDavid and you clog the middle.
That's their game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what you do. The Oilers,
Discussion over. All right.
yeah, there we go. Moving on. Nobody needs to watch the finals anymore. But the Oilers had a lot of chances. Bobrovsky did crazy things. I think it was the first shutout
Yeah.
in Stanley Cup finals.
Can't be.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe it's for Florida.
Florida, yeah.
Because they've been to the finals 4 times. Doesn't matter.
3 sounds right.
1-1, lost 1, and now.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. But, he was doing Bobrovsky things. Like, did you see the one save where, I don't know who it was, Drysdale maybe, had a gaping, yawning goal,
Yeah.
and Bobrovsky did
like-
one of those
yeah,
where
magically
where he
appeared.
flails his body and the puck hits him on the shin or something. And I mean, every goalie has that
Yeah.
panic. But he saved it.
Well, but you go on like, I mean, he's had a lot of good mojo running through these playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
So you just kind of
Hot
wonder.
goalie.
Yeah. But I mean,
But he's really good.
yeah, but sometimes that can get cool real fast. I mean,
Yeah.
happened to Nashville. Like
And the
Pekka was
Oilers,
lights out, and then all of a sudden it was like he leaked goals like a sieve. So,
playoff hockey is a fucking different
Right.
beast.
which it's like you can't have that happen
No.
with a team with Connor McDavid on it.
Right.
Like that's just so. For Florida's sake, hopefully he stays hot and continues through the
If
through the
not,
last games. But,
Brzezinski, their forward. I think he's the best hockey player on the planet right now.
wow.
He's big. He's technical. He scores lots of goals. He
Yeah.
plays defense. He just wears you down. Like, he does everything. He's outstanding on the power play. He's outstanding on the penalty kill. Like, he's just good.
Yeah.
Yes, you've got the superstars who score goals, and they're offensive masterminds, but Brzezinski plays a completely different game.
So it seems like the consensus is that it would take like an end to the mojo of Florida for the Oilers to possibly have a shot.
Well, no, I say that, and then the Oilers outshot
Right.
the
that's what I'm saying,
Panthers like 35-18. They had
that's the
what
mojo.
What do they call it?
Everything's going the
high
predator
percentage scoring chances.
Right.
Because hockey's different. It's like a shot, a scoring chance, and then like a hot, like you should be scoring goals.
Yeah.
And they outchanced them.
No, I get that. But that goes into what I'm saying is that all bit of luck is going the Panthers' way, and if that swings
Hey, man,
the other way,
puck luck is a real thing.
I'm in total agreement with that.
When the Rangers played the Kings in the finals, like there were just inches. I think one of the pucks didn't cross the line at one point, and it got caught up in snow.
So, yeah.
Like shit like that matters. Or like just randomly you take a shot and it randomly hits a dude in his hip and then hits another guy
Yeah.
post and in. Like that shit, that's that's luck. There's no skill involved.
Right.
But it's a real thing in hockey, man.
No, I agree. And if that shifts at any point,
Right.
like even if the Oilers are down 3-0, but
Yeah,
that
all it takes is that one. Yeah, like Chris Kreider scoring a hat trick in the third period against. Sorry. Edmonton does have a chance. We're going to talk about the Euros in a second.
okay.
They do have a chance. I don't think it's going.
But I
It
mean,
goes 2-2, 1-1-1 still in the finals for hockey, right? The NBA's only does that other stupid shit 2-3-2. Not that it matters in the NBA.
in the finals, yeah, I think
because that fucking series is over.
We'll discuss that in the last segment.
It
but
will
yeah,
be
yeah.
the most lopsided NBA finals, boring ever. We'll get to it. Yeah, I don't. This series doesn't go much past six games.
Well, I think I'd say that's why I think like the next game is going to be the telling one. Like
Game 2,
yeah,
you steal one on the road, awesome. Game 3 is the biggest game of the series.
3 and 5, yeah.
I fucking hate Game 5s. Fuck it. We should just skip Game 5 altogether. I hate it.
Just give everybody a tie.
Fuck Game 5. I hate Game 5. Fuck it. Fuck you, Game 5.
All right. So because we've been skipping over it, and I guess we didn't need a full 14 minutes for
The Panthers.
one
wait,
playoff series.
Wait,
but yeah.
we may say the years because first of all, fuck Corey Perry. I really hope the Oilers win, but Corey Perry gets arrested and doesn't get a ring because his contract's void now because he has a felony. Like that's what I want to happen. Okay, and
That's
Trocheck.
dark.
Trocheck. Is that his name? Kachuk.
Yeah.
That's it. Trocheck plays for me. Vinny,
I was gonna say,
Vinny,
yeah,
Vinny
yeah.
Trocheck. He's a douche too.
I mean,
I'm gonna call him Keith Kachuk
it's,
because that's his dad.
what's
his name?
Keith Kachuk, yeah.
What's the dad?
Keith Kachuk.
Who's the son?
I can't
Who's
remember
on first?
now. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Brendan.
Chad. No,
It's probably Kevin.
No, it's
Brandon.
thinking of dumb names.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah. Corey.
Yeah.
No, that's Corey Perry.
Or like Scout Kachuk.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, Scout. Anyway, fuck him. Fuck that guy. He got punched in the face.
That's why you hate him? It's because he got punched in the
No,
face.
because so him and Bennett. Who's the other one? I want to say Reinhardt, but that might be wrong. They are so dirty with the cheap shots, and like there was a clip of, was it Connor McDavid skating off the ice? The puck's in the other corner, and they ran him over with an official standing right there.
Did they get a penalty?
No. Like, that's the shit. So
Yeah.
when the Oilers fight back a little bit, and what's his name? Evander? Whatever. Kane is his last name.
Yeah.
Skates by you as you're skating to the bench. Of course he's going to throw a cheap shot, but then, God forbid.
Somebody touch one of the Florida players.
Oh, that fan base is... Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's like South Central Florida, so.
Fuck. Like, wow, they don't know hockey. And I mean, I guess a lot of them are probably snowbirds or whatever who kind of know hockey. But, man, you need to get your shit together. You sound like Pittsburgh fans. I'm just saying, and we all know how Pittsburgh fans are.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to touch Sidney Crosby, but
Fuck no.
he could sit on a defender, and
Yep.
that's perfectly legal.
In the finals.
Yeah,
In the finals.
sit on PK Subban.
Yep. Only the best defender in the league at the time.
Yeah. No, there wasn't strategy. Their skates got entangled.
Yep, that's what
That's
they
why
said.
he was on top of him, humping him.
He was literally riding him.
That was a nice trip down memory
And
lane.
Evgeny
I brought that one up. That's on me.
Yevgeny Malkin running around throwing elbows at everybody. Yeah, dude. Pittsburgh's like, there's always that team. I'm a Rangers fan. Yeah, I know Trouba's a douche. And he fucking torpedoes his head into walls and stuff. He shouldn't be playing on our team. Oh, come to find out, he was playing the entire playoffs with a broken foot.
Oh,
That is just...
that's not good. I
That-
thought you could say like he had like a severe concussion and still doesn't remember.
No, I think he
any of the
lives
games.
with, and this guy is a beautiful human being. Like literally, he's the night he won a fucking award, like the
like
thing
the
Drew-
Walter Payton.
Yeah,
Award,
exactly. The Darth Vader award is what it looks
Yeah.
like. Patch. Yeah, but he needs to be off of my team. So I understand, with douchebags on the team ramming heads into the,
Oh yeah, yeah.
He literally dove headfirst at a guy, missed and hit the boards. He shouldn't have
I
been
think I
out
remember
there.
seeing that highlight. Yeah.
Laviolette should have known, all right, I have an excuse to sit my captain down because he's playing like shit. He's got a broken foot. No, he kept trotting this fucking corpse out there.
Well,
Sorry,
did
gonna.
he even tell them about
He
it?
fucking better have. You
Yeah.
got the goddamn medical staff taking X-rays. If not,
Yeah,
that
that's
entire staff needs to be 86, like yesterday.
yeah. Oh, I mean, I would.
people
I wouldn't
play-
put it past some
People play with like, oh, I had a high ankle sprain that I couldn't walk on, but I ice skated, or like a dislocated thumb, but a broken foot.
Well, I'm curious as to what part of. I mean, there's so many bones down there. Like what part was broken? Because even with an ice skate, it's like you're in a ski boot, you're in a cast anyway.
Exactly, but
But yeah,
you're not going to be able to push off. He was definitely slower than anybody else.
yeah. I mean,
And he
that
is
explains a lot.
And he is slow to begin with. Like he's Tim Ream slow, like running in mud with cement boots.
Yeah.
That slow. It's just fuck. God damn it. Fuck you, Corey Perry.
Oh, yeah. That's where all this started. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And I wanted to talk hockey some more because it's going to go away.
Yeah.
All right, I mentioned it earlier.
Yeah. Let's start
But,
with the Celtics and Mavericks.
Start that timer.
Oh, sorry.
No,
You're
it's
right.
fine. I can talk forever. I know we mentioned it earlier. Most,
Lopsided final.
yeah. I mean, like Dallas better do something, but no.
Well, so the stat I heard is teams that go up 2-0 in the NBA Finals win 85% of the time. That's what Dallas is faced with.
I mean, I guess they get to go home.
Yeah.
But for 3 games,
I don't know. I mean, the Celtics team is good though. Like
the Celtics team's really
top
good.
to bottom, front
And
to
I
back.
fucking hate the Celtics. Fuck them.
Yeah.
At least the Bulls with Jordan, like I could appreciate, and Larry Bird, cool, but like
Yeah.
it's probably just the fans, and that whole KD team with Paul Pierce.
I just have no offense to the people of the town, but I'm not a big fan of anything Boston.
Facts.
I mean,
Never even been,
mean-
so that's a little.
we could probably spend a whole episode psychoanalyzing that, but I'm not going to get into it.
No.
But, yeah,
A
I'm
lot
just-
of mine is probably just my dad, my side of the family
Yeah.
being from New York.
New York, yeah.
At any rate, I don't think either game has been particularly close.
Mm-mm.
The third quarter of the second game, the Mavs got it close because any other game they've been blown out.
Right.
In the first quarter, like you can't come back from a 20-point deficit after a quarter, which seems to be the theme here.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
But the and you could tell, and I didn't watch a lot of this, watch mainly extended highlights, fast forward, whatever, that the start of the third quarter, the Celtics were just kind of like on cruise control.
Yeah.
And then Dallas got it close, and then they were like, okay. And then went on another run, and then by the fourth quarter, they've got, the bench players on the court.
Yeah, I think, overall, and you could tell this in the season, and then even in the run up to the final. Like, we're just in one of those stages right now. Like, the Eastern Conference is just the stronger conference.
Everything's top heavy at this point.
Yeah.
Like, I get OKC's coming up, and they probably should be in the finals right now. But Denver,
Right.
and that's about it. I guess Minnesota's okay, but Boston's better than all those teams.
Well, I mean, and they had to go. I mean, they ran the table on some good teams.
Yeah,
to get to
absolutely.
the finals.
They just didn't have to play the Knicks.
Yeah, so you
lucky
just got
bastards.
Yeah, but I mean, well, and
But
then
that's what I was looking at. I was trying to see what their record was standings.
I mean, a team that shot
Jesus, they lost
70% against the Knicks, the Celtics took care of in 4 games.
Well, that's the thing. They've got a defense, so they're shutting down I'm not even going to try to say this. Donich,
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna say you're right the first time.
and Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
Although he still is trying to figure out that the basketball's round. He thinks it's flat. If you know, you know. So the Celtics lost a total of 18 games this year.
Right, including playoffs, I believe too.
Well, that was their regular season. So let's see.
I think they're at like 20 losses on the season or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
now.
it's some ungodly number.
Indiana beat them a game, and
Did they? No.
yeah, they swept. No, I think Indiana won one.
No, they didn't. No, Celtics swept them. The Minnesota got one on the Mavericks, but that's it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mavericks shouldn't. Whatever. Where did they finish in the regular season?
Well, I mean, that's
They were the 5th seed.
yeah. That's the magic of getting a Serbian on your team now. Like, they can drive you to the finals. Like,
Unless you run across a team that knows how to play fucking defense.
yeah. I mean, I said like
Which
that
is why
doesn't,
Jordan
that doesn't win
ended
you
up-
championships, but that it like yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
who was the dude? When gets or Tony Kukoc,
It's Australia.
Kukoc.
No, the ginger was the Australian.
Yeah. No.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. No. But Kukoc was.
I know who Kukoc was. He was like a 6'7" swing
Was he Serbian
guard.
or was he like Czech Republic or something like that?
He was
Yeah.
Eastern European.
Yeah. Sure.
And he shot threes, and he was like 6'7". Yeah. Like, people were like, man, these guys... No, Vlade Divac started that trend. I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's true.
Detlef Shrimp was up there, too. I'm
Yeah.
trying to go back.
But was he German? Shrimp was German.
Austrian?
Yeah, or maybe yeah.
I'm
Man,
trying to
yeah.
think. I don't know if there was anybody before...
You had him, Gary Payton, and Sean Kemp on the Sonics. They
How
were
that
all-
team never won a fucking champion. Oh,
a shame.
I know why. Michael Jordan. Patrick,
That's right, yeah.
Patrick Ewing doesn't have one because of Michael
Michael
Jordan.
Jordan, yeah.
Barkley never got one because of Michael Jordan.
Karl Malone never got one.
Nope. or Stockton is running mate.
Hmm.
Yeah, none of them.
All right. Well, so
Okay.
we can't get to one. So real quickly, I just wanted to say, I mean, this is not going to become a weekly thing, but what made me laugh was this outrage that Caitlin Clark is not on the U.S. Olympic team. I mean, but
Is Kristen what's her face on it?
no, it's like so. The youngest person on it is I forget her first name. Last name is Boston. She was the rookie of the year last year.
Okay, so she's got a year of
she's-
professional.
yeah, and was like the best rookie last year. There is nobody from the recent draft on the team. So
As it should be.
in part, this is one that it's like, everybody knows what it's like when there's like a big star that gets a bunch of people who've never really watched a sport to watch a sport, and then now all of a sudden they all
They're
think
professionals?
they know everything about it. Like, why would you put somebody who has maybe like a month and a half, 2 months of professional experience
and
on?
she's getting thrown around the court.
Yeah, I mean, she's still scoring a fuck ton. She probably
of course.
will win Rookie of the Year, but
Correct.
you've been in, as you say, for a cup of coffee. Like, that doesn't quantify you to get on the national team when there's no other draft class person.
If they've got
On there.
people ahead of you,
But like, Diana Taurasi's on the Olympic team. Like, you're going to tell me you're going to kick off,
one of the best shooters.
yeah, in the history of women's basketball,
Yes.
off the national team to
Fuck
make space
no.
for the hot
That's
young
what I was
gun.
about to say. There's only so many roster spots too.
Yeah, I think they got like it's like 12 12, like 12, I think.
No, it's probably.
No, it's 12. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Is it? They probably have a bigger squad, like 15, but you can only dress 12.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
on the bench. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
well,
that's all I wanted to say. It's like I just thought that was funny.
I love
but
that
like,
we've been talking about Caitlin Clark now for a couple
like
of weeks.
3 weeks. Yeah.
It will not become a thing. I promise you that. Neither will this.
Yeah.
Cricket. We will not be talking about cricket, although we both separately, individually went down a cricket rabbit hole.
Well, I mean, we beat the second best national team
Yeah.
in the world. It's India and Pakistan are the best at
Yeah.
cricket in the United
and
States.
it's not even close.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's like New Zealand in rugby, like or it's like Australia, like New Zealand, Australia, and maybe South Africa. Or
no, it's just that's
like,
the other one.
but it would be like if our rugby team beat any one of those, or like we said, it would be if what did we say before? If
Well, you can't do the men's national team
Yeah.
now. It would be like I don't know, Turks and Caicos beating Germany.
yeah, so so the entire time I'm seeing these highlights and really interesting of the actual like locals, meaning like U.S. citizens,
Yeah.
mainly who have ancestry back in India or
Yes.
Pakistan, like celebrating this, and the only thing I'm thinking of is this proves me right. 350 fucking million people in this country, and we could at least put together a fucking cricket team that was a part-time team.
Oh yeah, no, they weren't. They like had regular jobs.
Right.
Yes.
They're not pros. They're amateurs. They could go in, and granted, it might have been a one-off, but at least
Doesn't
on
matter.
the national level, beat the number 2 team in the world.
Yes.
And we can't do it in soccer. That makes
No.
no fucking sense.
Hey man, cricket's a big thing.
It's.
I'm kidding.
No, it's the second most watched sport on the planet.
Behind football, soccer.
Soccer, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I
Right.
know.
So I mean, outside of the United States, it's a huge fucking deal.
Yeah. Well,
But-
I hate to break it to a lot of you guys, but the United States isn't the only place on the planet.
But we were able to put together a ragtag bunch of dudes.
Literally.
That I mean, clearly, grew up knowing the sport, playing the sport
Yes,
in like
absolutely.
in their backyards, in the local neighborhoods, and put together, a neighborhood team, or
I'm sure there's
Shit
leagues
like that.
somewhere, right?
what?
There's got to be not league,
Yeah.
but I get a league, or they just go overseas and play in other
But
leagues.
I think
But
the
they
thing
can't do
is,
that
I
because
mean,
they're fucking amateurs.
they're either they're either first generations U.S. citizens, or they're second, and their grandparents or their parents came over from India or Pakistan or one of the other countries where like cricket's big, and that's how they got into it. But we're able to figure that one out.
Yeah, right. But we can't
But
figure
out
out
fucking soccer,
biggest sport
sorry,
in the
men's
world.
soccer, women's soccer. We got that figured out. Men's soccer, no.
Yeah, and
Can't find 11 fucking dudes who can compete with the top teams, and they can't even compete with Colombia.
seriously, and they're not. Jesus Christ, that was not a backhand comment to Colombia.
No.
You might get your head cut off.
Yeah.
All right, real quick. I'm going to run.
Come
through
at me,
the,
bro.
I'm going to run through the Euros. Here it is. Italy won't make it out of the group stage, and France is winning. Done. There, I did it. So how easy that was?
And to England, it's not coming home.
It is snot
Now,
coming home.
why did I laugh at that?
'Cause that's
I'm
great.
like a fifth grader.
So England
Well, now again,
will lose in the semis.
We say this last Euros, France was the favorite because they were coming off of the World Cup win, and they got out of the group stage, but they were knocked
They
out
lost
in like
to the Swiss in a penalty shootout.
yeah,
No, we were talking
and like
about that.
yeah, in the first round of 16.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
But-
not a given, but
So I will tell
that
you
team
that
top to bottom.
last time a tournament non-favorite, not even a dark horse, won. That would be the Italian national team, the reigning and defending
In the
champions,
yeah.
who won't make it out of the group stage because Croatia and Spain will.
Yeah, I mean,
And
it's
that's just
it's still a possibility. That Croatian team is getting old.
I watched them play,
but they're still
Portugal
good. Yeah,
the other day, and yes, they are still good. Portugal, obviously, with their talent and youth,
right.
were able to take control of the game. But Croatia came out in like the first half, which I think is going to be their MO now. Like the first half, they'll be
attack.
great.
Yeah,
They'll be awesome. They're clearly going to control the fucking ball, which when they play Spain will be fucking fascinating because both of them want the ball.
well, right.
So we'll see. I'm trying to fucking Euro 2024. I know I look at this all the time. So Germany plays Friday.
Right, yeah, host country, and then it really kicks off Saturday.
Yep, because Italy play
Yeah.
Albania. So Spain play Croatia Saturday too. So that's going to be okay. That'll be fun. Serbia plays England. That'll be fantastic.
Yeah,
France starts with Austria.
well, and
Yeah, I mean,
and where it's like we've been wanting to talk about it too, and it's like I also what's another thing that's going to make France dangerous is at least the hometown negative press on Mbappe leaving Paris
yes.
for Madrid. So he's going to have a little bit of I would think he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder of like,
He should be.
like
he missed a penalty last year.
yeah. So I got to perform for the for the nation, but also show everybody around the world I'm worth every cent that Real Madrid's going